Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. We're back, waiting on the teams to take the benches. The refs are here. They've set the ice. They're out there shaving some ice. But we're ready for our first AYHL Action of the Year. Coming here today, PHC 2015's the AYHL 24-25 defending champions as they step into AY play. They will have a target on their back. We expect to get the best out of every team we have to play locally. We expect it to be a hard-fought, chippy game. We need to stay out of the box. If we learned from last weekend, we cannot keep surrendering power play opportunities. But we expect some fast-paced action. Always a hard-fought battle. Stay with us, and we'll be here live for AYHL game number 1 against the Phantoms. We're in a 2-piece set today. First game's at 11, second game's in the 2 o'clock hour. So we'll be bringing you some fast-paced action from my home state, the Keystone State, Pennsylvania. Hang in there. We'll be ready to go in a few minutes. All right, we're checking back in. Still waiting on the teams to come take the ice. They're in their locker rooms getting fired up, getting some last-minute instruction, game plans from their respective coaching staffs. Puck drop is scheduled for 11 a.m. Ice is ready. It's nice and crisp. So as we wait, we'll go over some things from last week. Liked what I saw. Successful first weekend coming out of Boston area, playing at speed. We need to take that speed into this game and into the AY. Like I said, the defending champs. We will have a big target on our backs all season long. But the boys came out of a successful first weekend, went into practice this week and battled hard. Battling hard. Like hungry dogs. Fighting for a bone. And that's what I want to see. I want to see attacking pucks. I want to see a lot of pucks going to the net. And you got it. Bodies to the net as well. We got a full roster with us today. It's Max Roach making his first appearance of the season as he's coming back from injury. So we're looking forward to seeing him get back up to speed here and contributing as he does. The Phantoms have taken the ice for their warm-ups. They're in their home whites, going screen right to left. We're waiting on PHC, who will be in their road blues, going screen left to right. All righty, so we're waiting for PHC to come out. I'm going to go with a loud in-game shout-out to one of my favorite siblings who was on the road with us last weekend. She did not make the drive up to the Lehigh Valley But want to give a loud shout out as I hear she's home potentially watching some WWE highlights. Now, when I was growing up, on Saturday mornings, if I wasn't playing hockey, I was watching the WWF with the likes of the Hulk, Macho Man, Sergeant Slaughter. On Saturday morning, the good thing is nowadays the WWE comes to you live during the week on Monday and Fridays in the Raw and SmackDown brands. So WWE fans don't have to tune in on Saturday mornings. They can watch the second best channel in all of entertainment, and that's the PHC 2015 YouTube channel. So this shout out goes out to a big Rhea Ripley fan. Rhea Ripley came to us from the NXT brand, the Next Generation. She's now a prime superstar in the WWE. But up next is PHC. So this one shout out goes out to Julia Dannenhauer. If you're tuned into the WWE, Julia, up next is Beast Mode and the PHC 2015. So I say grab your popcorn, settle in front of the TV, and watch some fast-paced hockey. That's how we learn and keep getting better. Orange sound, and here comes our PHC team in their little blues, taking the ice live in front of you. We're looking for some fast-paced, hard-fought hockey. Again, trying to stay out of the box, stay away from any unnecessary chippiness. Just play hockey. Let's keep it simple. We got to work on puck possession, puck movement, and then puck deposited in the back of the cage. Early and often, as much as possible. Pucks and bodies to the net. We want to play aggressive on the blue lines. We want to spread the ice, stretch the ice, make some things happen. Like I said, full roster today, as we got all 14 skaters and 2 goalies dressed in the blues. Ready to go here. Max Roche back. Ready to go here. That's big 1-5. I'm hoping we call his name a lot as he tickles the twine up here in Lehigh Valley. The home of one of our long-term listeners, Luke. Hopefully we're ready for some good action. Stay with us. There's a minute and 20 seconds left in the warm-up period, and then we'll be ready to go. Stay with us. All righty. 20 clicks left in warm-ups. The pucks are coming in the net. The team will gather at their nets. Get fired up, and then we will be underway here. For our first live action of the AY, like I said, we got targets on our backs, and we will expect to see the best hard-fought battle from every AY team as we're coming out as the defending champs. But we're looking to expand upon our AY prominence. Going 27-1 last year. We want a fast start. We want to take that pace we saw last weekend right into this game and get after it. Like I said, hungry dogs fighting for that boom. Before the puck drops, I want to give another loud shout out to another sibling that I love seeing around the rink, and that's Lando. Landon Williams, my understanding, was scoring a lot of goals. A lot of goals. There's a huge presence on that soccer field, but he's recovering from an injury too. So Landon, we want to give you our loudest shout out. Heal up quick, dude. And we'll see you back there rooting on your favorite team, PHC 2015s. Live stream brought to you today by Joseph Fazio Steel. If you have any steel needs, heavy equipment needs, stop in. See Chris Fazio. Tell him Dan Carr sent you. So the puck's ready to drop. We come out with Declan Spittle between El Dog, Logan Pucciarero, and Max Roach with Fazio and Maurer on the blue line. Ellie Shaw in the all-white pads and net. Puck is dropped and the AYHL campaign is underway. That puck is moved up D to D to Roachy. Roachy goes down the boards. He's met by a white jersey who tries to throw it back up the boards. Comes off the wall. Pucciarero picks it up, plays it towards the net. Save made. Kick back in front, and now the Phantoms are looking to come the other way. Maurer will collect this in the neutral zone. He'll play it over to Roach on the near wall. Roach will go off the wall looking for Spittle. Spittle pushes it deep. Pucciarero picks it up as a trailer, and we get whistled dead for an offsides. My offsides perception today is not as good as normal as we're down in the corner here in Steel Ice, not at the 50-50 line. So we got a line change. We got Dannenhauer centering Pacelli and Gerbevec with Carr and Witten on the back end. Carr pushes that one deep. PHC looking to get after it. Gerbevec will collect in the corner. He gets buried from behind, and we'll go man up. So our first power play of the day comes 40 seconds into gameplay. Brought to you today by Dunlop's Bar and Grill. Stop in. Catch the Junior Rebels playing today. Grab a cold one and tell them Dan Carr sent you. Dannenhauer wins this one back to Carr. Carr will go to Witten. Witten will walk with it. He's got a lot of ice in front of him. Plays it towards the net. It's off a shin pad. Dannenhauer will pick up and put it in the corner. Gerbevec will get after it to try to set it up. He's hauled down again. So Johnny Gerbevec, I mentioned last week, and these are the little things. Moving the feet, getting quick to the pucks. They don't show up on the score sheet, but he's drawn 2 penalties early here. So Lehigh Valley was fighting for the AY championship last year in most penalized team. 53 seconds into this one, we're on a 5-on-3. A lot of time and space out there. Dannenhauer trying to win this one back. He pushes it forward to Gerbevec. Gerbevec will play it up the wall to Witten. Witten's going to walk with it. He's going to turn. He's going to fire. That one's deflected up and over the net. Carr's going to spin on his horse. He'll get in below the hash marks and keep it live. He plays it back out in front for Gerbevec. Gerbevec off the side of the wall and back in the net. Johnny G. striking first today. So not only drawing both penalties, he recovers a puck that Carr kept live, gets in the back of the net. 89-86. So we're still 5-on-4. Now we got Declan Spittle between Lucas Sauer, Max Anutsiuk, Z-Man, and Nooner on the back end. Spittle will push this one forward. Sauer will get after. He's stick checking along the blue line. Puck is bouncing around on the wall. Spittle comes away with it. He comes out of the pile. He enters the line. Drags across. He's got Anutsiuk with him. Defender gets a stick on it, and now they're coming the other way. He'll get through that neutral zone with speed and numbers. They cross the PHC line. Good contained by Zarbisky. And now the referees will call that one. Interference. He had the puck. So that one was called by the coach on the Phantoms bench as play continued. And then there was a hey yelled out here at Steel Ice. And the referee's hand went up. Inexplicable to me. Interference, as the referee makes an X to his chest, is the call. Interference in hockey is when the player does not have the puck, so it's impossible to interfere with the puck carrier. I thought it was a good contain, good play. But we're 4-on-4. Fazio will chip this on the side. Phantom step through the slot with it. They turn, play it back to the point. Fire it in. Ellie sees it the whole way. Grabs it with her catch glove. So we got to watch the clock because they didn't take theirs down. It should be 40 seconds. We can't let them out of 27 seconds. PHC's got a man down for another minute 21. So there's about a 61-second difference in between those. But I suspect the Phantoms will open their penalty lock store in 19 seconds. Fazio does a nice escape move. He's going to play D to Maurer behind his own net. It gets past him where Declan Spittle will collect at the hash marks. He's going to come back behind his own net. He'll chip it around for Fazio. Played up the boards, kept in by the Phantoms. Phantoms step in, they throw that one towards Ellie, she'll paddle it aside. And the Phantoms did not try to cheat the calls. They actually stayed in, so I apologize to them. The PHC will now move to the man down. As Sauer is hauled down, side of the net. Fazio will collect in the neutral zone, will play it back in, but Sauer was still south of that blue line, so whistle dead for the automatic offsides. We're man down for 34 clicks. We'll have a center ice face-off. Dannenhauer and Roach up front with Carr and Winton on the back end. Dannenhauer wins to the side. Carr will cut that one off. They play it back across. Winton's there and contained. He's going to get the corner. He gets hauled down. Played back out in front. Gets out to the Phantoms point. Unable to keep, so it gets out into the neutral zone. Roach will put the forecheck on. It's played back across. They enter PHC line. Will step across. Stick to side by Dannenhauer. Carr will poke this one up to Dannenhauer. Dannenhauer will play it up the wall, but it's kept in at the point. Carr following it up. He has some white ice in front of him. Trying to get it out. He plays it across to Roach. Carr's with him. Dannenhauer's trailing. Roach will get in. He'll chip it deep. Carr's going to go. Try to keep it, but he'll pull up. They play the Carr. Carr steps into the dot. He turns, fires. Gloved and held onto by the Phantoms goalkeeper. So we're back to even strength hockey. Playing 2 AY games today. Like I said, we got this first one going on in the 11 o'clock hour. We'll be live again in the 2 o'clock hour. Dannenhauer ties up. He leaves it for Roach. Roach steps through, trying to get it off, but met by some white sweaters in front of that net, and now they're turning, coming the other way. We'll play it ahead, where Carr will pick off in the neutral zone. He's got Roach moving off that boards. He hits him on the forehand. He steps in, he turns, he fires just wide off the end boards where the Phantoms will collect. They'll play it back out. It's kept in at the far point by Michael Winton. He'll step down the wall. He fires it towards the net. It hits a shin pad and the stick and gets out into the corner. They're trying to play it across for Carr at the far point. It's red and picked off by the Phantoms. Are coming the other way. Dannenhauer's back there in support. Surfs the play wonderfully. He collects it, and now he's got his toes up, and he's going. He's across the blue. He's beat one. He beats two. He steps inside the dots. He plays it back at the top from Max Roach, Logan Pucciarero. Sorry, Logan Pucciarero plays it across for a streaking Johnny Gerberbeck. Johnny Gerberbeck will collect on the half wall. Plays it back out in front. Dannenhauer loses his footing. But it's kept in at the blue line by Nunez. And then Gerberbeck picks it up. He's got a step. He's in the top of the house. He turns. He fires. Stick to side by the Phantoms. Throwing up the wall. It's going to be kept by Shane Z. We'll play back down the wall to Gerberbeck. Gerberbeck's dumped again. No call this time. Pacelli will pick this one off. Spittle goes down, but Pacelli steps out of the corner with it. He finds Gerberbeck in the slot. He fires. Rebound opportunity there. Oh, stick to side by the Phantoms, and they're coming the other way. Shane pushes him to the outside wall, trying to keep him outside those dots. They step in, they turn, they fire up and over Ellie's net. Gets all the way out to the top of the circle on the far boards. Phantoms will push it into the corner. Shane will collect behind his own net. trying to make that first pass to Dylan. Gets up past him, gets out into the neutral zone where it's played across. Gerberbeck picks up in the center seam. He steps in, he's got one to beat, he turns, he fires, and buries it in the back of the net. So Johnny Gerberbeck is on his horse early today. He came to play, ladies and gentlemen. 86 with another strike, 2-0 PHC. Tackling spittle between Dylan Pacelli, Johnny Gerberbeck. With Fazio and Maurer on the back end. Fazio steps to this one. He's going to get over the red line. He plays it ahead to the money man. The money man will dump it deep. And now we got Gerberbeck getting in the far corner. He's going to play it behind the net looking for Spittle. Phantoms read it and cut it off, but Gerberbeck steps off the boards. He's dumped. No call. Phantoms coming the other way. Good contained by Maurer, allowing the back press of Dylan Pacelli to arrive and take the puck. He's going to come around. He gets his toes up. He gets white ice. He's playing it ahead for Spittle. That one gets out in the white ice. It'll be waved off as they had a play on it. So Spittle will win this race to the puck. He's met by a second white jersey. He wraps it around. Anuccio trying to keep it in, unable to do so. And that puck gets out white ice north of the blue line as Maurer fired it back in. So we'll have a neutral zone face-off right outside the Phantoms bench. If you're just joining us, 9:19 left in the first period. PHC up 2-0. Dannenhauer to take this draw between Sauer and Anuccio. He plays it forward. Anuccio plays it across for Sauer. Hops up and gets into the corner where Sauer will collect. He's looking for some support. He wins that puck battle. Just tries to step out of the corner with it. Anuccio will collect. Walks around. He plays it to the point where Maurer will collect. He thought about going D to D. Didn't like what he saw, so he plays it down behind the net. Sauer will collect in the far corner. He's dumped. And we will go back, man up. Brought to you today by Dunlop's. Hey, if I wasn't up here in the Lehigh Valley, I would be saddled up on a bar chair or stool at Dunlop's Bar and Grill watching the Junior Rebels today. Get out there, show some support. Tell them you're Faz's friend. Dannenhauer wins this back to Fazio. He steps, he fires. Oh, big save made by the goaltender. PHC gets on it behind the net. Dannenhauer comes around the net. He's looking to play it out front. Then he turns and fires. Big save made. Rebound opportunity for Anuccio to put it back. Goes down to his knees and shoots it wide. Played out. Fazio, good stick. Trying to keep it active. But he gets past him out into the neutral zone. Maurer's in contain. Keeping him outside the dot. Sauer with a good back check. Allows Fazio to recover it. Plays it to Dannenhauer. Dannenhauer steps across the line. Fazio's going to join this rush. Fired in. No rebound opportunity as it was held on to by the Phantoms goalkeeper. So we'll have an offensive zone draw to the right of the goaltender down the far end. We got Dylan. We got Max Roach. Pucciarello coming off the half wall with a forehand shot and Spittle to take the draw. He leaves it for Pucciarello, who collects, fires it, hits a body and gets wide. Spittle will collect this one. He plays it to Roach. Roach will turn and fire, gets wide. Pucciarello will collect this one on the half wall. He's got a lot of time and space. He's going to play at the Carr at the far point. Streaking defender calls Carr to play it back in, where Spittle will keep it live and push them back behind their own net. And then Roach tries to surf the play, but the Phantoms step past, and then they're moving out into the neutral zone where Carr contains. They flip the ice 85 feet, but they flip that right into the Jersey barrier's path. Who gets a stick on it, blows a tire. Puck is loose, played away, and now we got Pucciarello, Spittle, and Roach going at them with speed. Pucciarello's going to drive wide. He's got two coming down the center seam. Plays it across. Just too hot to handle out in front of Roachy. Roachy will collect in the wall. He'll put it into the corner for Spittle. Spittle leaves it behind. No forward there, so Carr will step in from the point trying to keep it active. And does. And the Phantoms will push it back behind their own net and try to exit the other side as they get back to full strength, so they kill that one off. Spittle keeps it live at the blue line. He steps in past one. He steps past two. Tries to drive the middle. Is met with some resistance, and now the Phantoms will opt to skate out into the neutral zone to hit the PHC line with numbers. Play it back across, but Nunez there to contain and interrupt that pressure. He plays it D to D to Carr. Carr plays it ahead to Gerberbeck. Gerberbeck's got Spittle with him. He plays it to Spittle. Spittle has tic-tac-toe. He plays it ahead for Pucciarello. Pucciarello drags, met with a stick, and now the Phantoms are coming the other way. That was a good trip up ice. I saw a very good passing play every step of the way. Dannenhauer picks it off. He's into the zone. He fires it into the corner. He'll get in after it. Phantoms desperately trying to get it out of their zone. It's kept in by Pacelli now. Played behind the net. Phantoms will get into it and try to come out the other side. They play it ahead. Kept in at the point by Nunez. Nunez will put it down the wall. Gets off of Pacelli's stick. It's bounced around. Dannenhauer trying to collect. He'll have to regroup in the neutral zone. He'll play it back to Shane. Shane goes D to Nunez. Nunez will get across the red. He's across the blue. He's going to cut in. Met by a poke check of the Phantoms and then plays it into the corner, allowing Gerberbeck to get in after it. They're trying to come out the far side now. They'll opt to skate this one into the neutral zone. Shane's there playing the dot line, trying to keep him to the outside, allows the back pressure of Dylan Pacelli to arrive. Shane picks it up. He's got some white ice in front of him. He moves it ahead looking for Dannenhauer. Put it out in front of him. Collected by the Phantoms, and now they're moving the other way. Puck's bouncing around at center ice. Pacelli collects, pushes it into the zone. Phantoms will use some extra real estate and go behind their own net with this one. We'll push it around the wall. Play it forward, and it gets out of the neutral zone where Fazio will collect as he's coming off the bench. Chips it up to Dannenhauer. Dannenhauer gets off the wall with it. He's across the blue. He's got a Nucciok with him. He gets back outside the dots. Plays it in towards the net. Save made and held on to by the Phantoms goalkeeper. We'll have an offensive zone draw to the left of the Phantoms goalie. 5:30 left in the first period. PHC hanging on to a 2-0 lead here. Spittle's trying to get his personnel aligned. He's got Sauer coming off the half wall. He's trying to play it back to Fazio. Sauer will get a stick on it. He plays to Spittle. Spittle leaves it for Fazio. Fazio goes D to Maurer. Maurer has a lot of time and space. Settles, fires, hits a bunch of bodies in front, but good puck movement. Right job trying to get that to the guy who had the scoring opportunity. Maurer will keep it the blue line. He steps in, plays it back outside, and Nucciok will collect on the half wall. He'll chip it into the corner. He's knocked down through his breezers. Spittle goes down on his belly. The Phantoms are chipping away. It's played back out in front. Fazio plays it to, Nucciok plays it to Fazio. Gets up. I don't know how it stayed out of the back of the net, but a save was made. Might have caught some iron. Stays out of the back of the net. Spittle will collect. He plays it out in front looking for a Nucciok, but it's read by the Phantoms, and they're coming the other way. Fazio's back on that dot line to contain. He'll keep him outside, forcing behind the net into the corner in front of me. Where they'll go behind the net, where Spittle will now step in to contain, keeping them in soft ice. Maurer will now man up, and he'll hit and pin, allowing Spittle to come in. Phantoms come in, trying to collide with Maurer, but they lose their footing. Spittle plays it around. Fazio will collect. He calls off Sauer. Fazio's going to go for a little bit of a skate. Plays it forward off the boards. Nucciok's going to join the rush here. He's going to try to keep it in. Pushes it into the corner where Spittle tries to hit and pin. Nucciok comes out of the corner with it, trying to step out in front. He plays off the back of the net, and then it's pushed back behind the net where the Phantoms are ringing around. It's kept by Maurer. Maurer's going to go hard around the boards. That's a pass to Fazio if he can get there. Fazio does get there. He turns. He'll play it back around the glass. But PHC had pulled up for a forward line change. So the Phantoms trying to exit, but they're not. It's picked off by Roach. He steps outside the dots. He pulls up. He hits Puncero, who fires it to the net. Back out in front. Dannenhauer with the rebound opportunity. Trying to put it back. It's kept out of the net by the Phantoms goalie. Roach battling on the end boards. He gets the help of Puncero. But the Phantoms read it and try to bring it out the other side. Bouncing around in the neutral zone, the Phantoms get 3. Roach is there. Carr contains. Gets a stick on it and keeps it out of Ellie's way. It's fired back in front. Dannenhauer will collect. And they're going to get Roach for a hook. I thought it was good play, but I'm biased, right? We'll take that penalty as he did not give the shooting opportunity. Carr and Roach keeping scoring opportunities out there. Good stick by Carr. And it's fired back in front, touched up, and we are going to be man down. 3:20 left in the first. We'll have a defensive zone draw. 5-on-4. Phantoms man up to the left of Ellie Shaw. The home team does get the last change, but that one was too late, so the referee does not allow it. Coach has to put his original personnel back on the ice for it. Dannenhauer wins this draw easily. Witten's going to try to go D to D behind his own net. He's met by a white jersey, but Carr alertly plays it back over to the wall where Puncero will get after it, trying to tie up. The Phantoms are outnumbered. We're man down, so the Phantoms are expected to be outnumbered. Witten pushes this one to Puncero. Puncero tries to hit Dannenhauer over the center. He gets it there. Dannenhauer will play it back. Carr looking to get to that red line. He's met by a body. That body goes down after he hits him, and Carr was able to get it deep. Dannenhauer fires it to the net, bouncing around. Phantoms will collect. They're going to try to push it up the wall. Carr will collect. We'll put it down the wall to Dannenhauer, allowing some time to click off this man down situation. Phantoms will put it up. Carr reads it. He steps. He gets to the dot. He plays it back and cross for Dannenhauer in front. Unable to put it back. They'll collect. So now they have possession. They're going to try to stretch it. Carr will read it. Try to keep it again. Second effort. Plays it back in. But touched up for an offsides. But good effort. Good aggression on those blue lines. So we're still man down for 25 seconds. 24 seconds. Clock was running. We have Dylan Pacelli, Declan Spittle up front with Ethan Nunez and Shane Zarbisky on the back end to kill the rest of this off. Phantoms win it to the half wall. They're going to drive in. Chip it past Shane, but Shane will alertly keep him in soft ice. It's played back out in front where Nunez collects. Pushes it ahead to Pacelli, and Pacelli pushes it up into the neutral zone. Phantoms will regroup. They'll go D to D. They'll play it back, but they bodied each other up, so that gets out to the half boards. Play it ahead. They collect. And now they're looking to move in the PHC's line, but Pacelli picks a pocket. He plays it off the boards, trying to get to it himself. Met with a white jersey. It's pushed back forward in the PHC line. Shane will collect. We'll play it to Ethan Nunez. Ethan Nunez collects it on his forehand. He's going to go. He's going to play it back across for Spittle in that center seam. Spittle's got Pacelli with him. He plays it out to Pacelli. Stick to side by the Phantoms, and now we're coming the other way. They have numbers if they hurry. They flip it across that ice. Picked off by Nunez in the center seam. He'll get behind the net. He'll collect. He makes a good first pass to Pacelli. Pacelli gets his eyes up. He hits Spittle over the center. Didn't see the Phantom coming off the bench. Who intercepts the puck and moves the other way. They play it back in. Force back outside the dots. They'll turn. They'll play it up. And collect and fire it back across. So Nunez is going to collect this one on the half wall with 1:02 left in the first period. He plays it out. It will be waved off as it does not have enough legs, and it gets down there. The Phantoms will collect. They'll play it up the wall, where Pacelli picks it off and throws it back in. Gerbevec will get after it on the far wall. He's going to turn with it, trying to step through, unable to get through the traffic. On the first effort, second effort, it's kept in. Phantoms collect. They'll play it forward. Spittle trying to pick that one off, but Shane will regroup. He'll recover. He throws it up to Gerbevec at the far blue line. He steps in. He's got a seam in front of him. He turns. He fires. It's blocker to side. Rebounds there. We pull it up for a line change. So the Phantoms will collect and they'll look to stretch the ice. They play it ahead. They're cut off by Dannenhauer. Nietzsche's going to get it in the center. He gets across the blue, makes a move. He's pushed outside the dots, but he'll collect on his forehand. He turns and fires one high and wide. Phantoms collect. And they're going to get Billy Maurer for an interference as he led with the shoulders and stepped into that one as they were trying to exit the zone. So we'll go back man down. 5-on-4 with 5.3 seconds left in the first period. We'll have a defensive zone draw. Very important here that we do not let up a shot. Dannenhauer, you need one. You need one. So we're waiting for our fourth man. So we got Witten, Fazio, Dannenhauer, and Anicio. Dannenhauer ties up this puck. He throws it to the far wall. And the horn will sound with PHC taking a 2-0 lead into the first period. So as we continue our in-game shout-outs and the welcome back party, this one's going to go out to two of my favorites. Home Game Ash. If you're listening, we're away, so I don't get to see you today. But thanks for the support. And Grandma, thanks for taking care of Joshua. He played fabulous first weekend. He's staying after it, switching positions back to his traditional defensive shot today. But we know all the love and support goes a long way. So to the Fazio clan, I want to say thank you for the long-term listening. Stay with us. We'll be back in about a minute and 20 seconds. All right, we're back for second period action. We got a new camera guy with us for the second frame today. That's James Carr. He's logged a lot of hours in the youth hockey ranks over the years. But this is a first for him. Filming some live AYHL. After thousands of hours spent traveling the North American continent. Taking in live action. He's filming it for us in the second period. So a big shout out to Jim Carr. Dannenhauer out between Fazio, or Dannenhauer out with Anicio. Fazio and Witten on the back end to kill this one off. We got 1:24 left on Mauer's penalty. Dannenhauer wins this one back to Witten. Witten will collect. We'll play it up to Anicio. Anicio will get to the blue line and fire this one deep. As we're man down. A puck's coming at us in the near corner here. Phantoms will collect. They'll look to flip that ice. They play it back across. It's surfed by Dannenhauer. Fazio's going to try to get a step to it. He collects it. He'll fire it towards the net. It's tipped wide. Phantoms will collect this one. They're going to look to go the other way with it. They flip that ice, but Fazio's there to grab it. At his own blue line, he'll come off the walls. He'll throw the brakes on. He'll play it back up for Dannenhauer. Dannenhauer will collect. He'll come back into his own zone, and now he gets his toes up. He's got some white ice in front of him. He's got 2 to beat. He's through 1, through 2. Turns, fires, gloved off by the goaltender to keep this one a 2-0 game. Now the Phantoms are coming the other way. Well, we got away with something there as the stick might have hit toe caps. But the Phantoms go down. We collect the puck. Nichuk chips off the wall. It's kept in by the Phantoms at the point. Dannenhauer trying to get it out in the neutral zone. Pushes it forward, but the Phantoms will collect at the red line. They'll look to move it back in. Play it down the wall where it's picked off by Fazio and thrown. That will not have enough legs for icing. They wave it off. PHC gets a full line change. So we're still man down. And now we're back off. We killed that penalty off. We get the full strength. It's played ahead by Spittle. Pucciarello pushes it ahead for Roach. Roach steps in. He's in. He fires, and he gets his first one of the year coming back from his absence. Puts it in the back of the net, but we like the puck movement. Hitting the man that's out in front. Unselfish. Getting it to that guy. As you know, I like to talk about the PSA. Who is in that primary scoring area? Who has the best opportunity to bury the puck? So transition play, pushing it forward in the neutral zone, stretching the ice. Tickle in the twine. So Spittle will take this draw between Pucciarello and Roach. Roach jumps and bumps through the seam. He collects it. He gets across the blue. He's going to try to get back in the dot. Plays it in. It's far pad save made. Phantoms will collect and they'll move it the other way. Carr gaps up on this one. Bodies him off the puck. Allows Spittle to collect it at his far blue line, but the forecheck of the Phantoms push forward where Roach will collect it. Plays it back up the wall. Tips past one, unable to get it past the second. Thrown out in front. Nooner's there to collect. He'll use his own net. He'll play this ahead. Pucciarello, who one touches it to Spittle. Spittle plays it ahead for Roach, trying to do the same forward puck movement, but unable to connect on that one. Pucciarello keeping it live, trying to get off the wall. He's met by a couple jerseys, white jerseys. They play it ahead into the neutral zone. They're driving wide. Carr picks this one off, plays it ahead for Roach. Roach chips off the boards. Pucciarello putting the forecheck on. They play it back forward where Nuno will collect. He tries to go to Carr. They were bunched up, but Carr collects. He puts it to Roach. Roach plays it down to Pucciarello. Spittle's in the center. He's going to step in. He drags past one. Looking to play it across. It hits the back of the skates. He'll collect. He'll play it towards the net. Bounces off the stick and gets wide. Phantoms will collect and look to come the other way with it. They'll play it ahead into the neutral zone, but they're met by a pack of Blue Dogs. Witten collects. He plays it ahead for Gerberbeck. Gerberbeck's going to get across the red. He's going to dump it deep to allow the defensive change to finish. And Spittle will get off the ice. Dannenhauer will come in now. Pacelli gets it in the corner. He plays it to Gerberbeck. Gerberbeck trying to step out in front. Looking for Dannenhauer. He gets it to him. Dannenhauer turns, fires. Stick to side by the Phantoms goalkeeper. Pacelli collects in the far corner. Pacelli, the money man, plays it to the point. Shane goes D to D. Witten has some white ice. He steps, he turns, he fires into a shin pad, and now the Phantoms are coming the other way. They play it back forward. They have a step. Witten trying to play that dot line. They fire it in. Ellie gloves it aside. Witten collects. trying to look to stretch Gerberbeck the other way, and Gerberbeck gets a step, he gets past, he's got the money man coming with him, he sees him, he pulls up, he leaves it for Downhauer collects, he's on the forehand, he steps in and fires, Pacelli trying to deflect that one into the net, it gets out to the side wall, Phantoms will collect, Pacelli cuts it off, gets back above it, keeps it active, but second effort, the Phantoms get it out in the neutral zone, Winton's going to close on this one, he'll play it back up the wall to Downhauer collects, he gets off the wall, he winds up, he fires, and that goes right into the back of a defender, and it's fired in. Goaltender makes a save and hangs on to it, as that's going to be a black and blue mark for sure. A black and blue mark for sure. As Dannenhauer dead-legged him. So we'll give that round of applause as he's able to get back to his feet and try to get to the bench with the assistance of his teammates. We'd like to see some puck movement there, as we had numbers. But we'll keep after it. 10:57 left in the second period. PHC 3-0. Spittle will take the offensive zone draw to the left of the Phantoms goalie. The Phantoms win this into the corner where they'll collect. They'll come around their own net with it. They look to go D to D. It was read by Anuccio, but they play it forward. Hops out into the neutral zone. Spittle sticks to the side. He gains the line. He's going to get the top of it as he fires this one in on net and then goes in with speed. So getting pucks and bodies to the net, that's what we like to see. But Phantoms goalkeeper swallows it up and hangs on to it. No rebound opportunity. This one's run back to Fazio. Fazio pushes it over to Maurer. Maurer turns. He'll fire. Hits a skate. Bounces right out in front. Rebound opportunity put back by Declan Spittle. So 7-27. And 22 collects it and buries it. Pucks and bodies in the net. Gabe and I talked about this all summer long. It's pretty simple. You get pucks, you get bodies to the net. That was absolutely in the PSA. As we got the shot through, and when the shot comes in through and comes in low, it's bouncing around. You got to have your stick down, ready to put it back. Declan Spittle had it. He buries it. This one's played forward. Anuccio tries to jump the lane. The Phantoms collect and put it back up the wall, where it's cut off by Spittle. Will play it back forward. Now Sauer will get after it. They force him up the other wall, where Fazio will take a body but plays it deep. Spittle's going to come in. He's going to cut this one off with his body. Gets dumped, and the hand goes up. So we will go back to the man up. We will go back to the man up. We will go back man up. I don't know if they'll get any extras as the offender. We'll go to the box. Referees are asking, do we go 5-on-3 here, or do we just call one? Should have been 2. They're going to go 1. So we're back on the man up, face off, in the offensive zone to the right of the Phantoms goal. 10-10 left in the second period. Dannenhauer to take this one with Pucciarello coming off the half wall. We got Roach in front with Maurer and Fazio on the points. Power plays brought to you today by Dunlop's Bar and Grill. Stop in there. If you're not there right now watching the Junior Rebels, they got another game at 3:45 today, I think it is. Get in there. Grab a bar stool. Grab a cold one. Cheer on the Junior Rebels. Coached by Hollydale Coach of the Year, Mike Gooch. Coaching the 2018 Junior Rebels. So we're back to PHC 2015s. Dannenhauer to take this draw. He ties up. He leaves it for Pucciarello, trying to chip it through the skates. The puck sat there. Pucciarello able to recollect on the second one. It's cut off by Roach. He'll play it in the corner. And now we got to get to the puck and try to set up. Phantoms will ring this around the boards. It's read by Fazio. He'll put it back deep, where Roach will get after it. It's stuck around the wall. Maurer will read it. He'll step to the half wall. He'll play it back out in front for Roach. Roach will go back to the point where Fazio will collect. He plays it down the wall for Pucciarello off his stick, and they try to bring it around the net. Roach cuts it off. He'll collect. He'll come up the wall. He plays it to the point. Maurer will try to play it back down to Dannenhauer. Dannenhauer's in the corner. He's got Roach setting up shop. He plays it behind the net to Pucciarello, who plays it back to Dannenhauer. Dannenhauer step down. He'll step back out in front. He plays it to Pucciarello. Pucciarello steps. He turns. He fires. Gloved and hold on to by the Phantoms goalkeeper. Good puck movement. So we'll have an offensive zone draw. Still man up. 5-on-4. Same set. Danenhauer plays this one to Roach. Roach steps into the corner. He turns. He plays it off. Back in front. Pucciarello trying to collect that rebound and put it back. Off the goaltender. It's bouncing around. Danenhauer collects. He turns. He throws it in. Kicked aside. Where Pucciarello will collect in the corner. He'll step out in front now. He steps through. He drags past one. Plays it to Fazio at the far point. Fazio will collect. He'll play it down the Roach behind the net. Roach will come in the corner. He turns with it. Plays off the end wall to himself. He plays it to Danenhauer. Danenhauer plays it to Roachy. Roachy steps out in front. Plays it across for Pucciarello. Pucciarello goes up top. Far down. No doubt about it. What I like to see there is a lot of time and space and a lot of beautiful puck movement. You're going to hear me talking about it all season long, as that's how you play hockey. The puck moves faster than the player. It is hard to defend laterally. It is hard to goal keep moving left to right and right to left. So if we move that puck to the guy in the PSA with the best scoring opportunity, we'll have a lot of success. So back to the man. No, we're not man up. Back to even strength. We got Spittle between Gerbevec and Pacelli with Carr and Nunez on the back end. Carr will step up and read this one. Plays it out in the soft ice. He'll put the forecheck on himself. Play it back forward. He reads it, cuts it off. They chip it past. Able to keep it live. Spittle will keep it in. And now Gerbevec's going to get on his horse. He's coming in. Forces him to go back to the wall. It's up the wall. Carr will read this one. Bodied up. Chipped out in the neutral zone, where Spittle will collect and put it back in. Pacelli puts the forecheck on. They read it. It's kept by Carr. Hops over his stick and gets out in the neutral zone, but he had the support of Spittle, who plays it ahead for Gerbevec. Gerbevec's going to collect this one. He's going to get over the red line. He plays it deep. The money man's going to get in on it. No call there, as Gerbevec was dumped behind the play. Rung around the wall. Carr will wear this one. Keep it active. Pushed out. Spittle collects. He'll move down the wall. He plays it across for Gerbevec. Gerbevec turns. Fires stick to side. Played up the wall. Gets past Carr to the guy hanging out. Cherry picking that neutral zone, but Nunez is back. Nunez, good step, good contain. Collects the puck Spittle collects the puck. He has his toes up. Pushes it forward. Pacelli's going to push him back to the wall. They'll go up the near wall. They'll go to Nunez. Nunez escapes with it. He goes D to Carr. Carr's going to play it ahead to Gerbevec. Gerbevec's going to turn. He's going to fire this towards the net. It's paddled aside. They pull up for a line change. Pacelli will stay out there, trying to put the forecheck on, allowing the support to come. Danenhauer collects it at the blue line. He steps in, trying to play it across for Sauer. Unable to get it through. Pacelli gets a stick in there and keeps it live. Sauer will get out to the sideboards. Cuts it off. Where it's kept in by Pacelli, and then Pacelli will finally go get a breath of fresh air as Venuccio comes on. Danenhauer wears a body, fights it off. Venuccio collects. He leaves it at the point for Winton. Winton will turn. He'll fire towards the net. Venuccio trying to collect. Stays on it, gets it, turns, plays it across, looking for Sauer, gets through the feet and gets into the half wall. He fires it back in front. Somehow stayed north of the goal line there as it was gloved to slide. And now there's a 5-on-1, a bunch of punches being thrown by Beast Mode. Beast Mode taking a lot of punches there, showing some restraint. They're wearing cages, so he wasn't able to give him the old-fashioned leather palm rub. But keeps his cool and will be to the left of the Phantoms goalkeeper. The Phantoms will change goals, and now they're going to change lines. So we got to try to get pucks and bodies quickly to the net, as they just got a cold goalie in there. Let's see if we can add to the lead here in the second period. 6:35 left in the second, up 5-0. Danenhauer to take this draw. He's got Sauer on the half wall. Venuccio confronting, wins it back to Shane. Shane plays it across for Winton. Winton will collect on his back and he gets back to the forehand. He fires it to the net. It's kicked aside. Danenhauer leaves it for Venuccio. Venuccio's going to collect. He's buried. We're not going to call that one, but I think the whistles have gone away. The Homer refereeing has now started. The Phantoms get out into the neutral zone. They get into the zone. It's cut off by Shane Zarbisky. Stick aside by Ellie Shaw. She hasn't seen some action in a long time, so she's still awake. Winton will collect and he'll fire it around. Venuccio goes down to his knees, gets back up, collects it, gets north of the blue line, gets north of the red line, plays it in, as he's dumped along the boards, but Sauer will get there in the far corner. He sticks it behind the net where Anuchuk will look to collect. He's going to play it off the walls, trying to get it out to the point where Shane will step in. He'll collect at the hash marks. He throws it to the net, hits the side of the net, gets back out to those same half wall. Phantoms looking to play it forward. Get their pocket picked by Lucas Sauer. Lucas Sauer comes in, he gets to the top of the circle. He gets outside the dots, fires it back across, paddle save made. Rebound collected by Dannenhauer. So that'll go 21 to 0-0. Hey, what are we doing? We're getting pucks and bodies to the net, and it's working. It's a real simple game. We talked about it all summer long. You get pucks and bodies, and now we're just talking about the Campus Wild 2013s up in Boston, where Dylan Pacelli's older brother Luke Pacelli plays. They're getting pucks and bodies to the net, finding some success. So Spittle will collect this one. He steps in, he gets across the line, he plays it ahead for Pucciarero, who gets buried. No call. So the whistles are away. I think the scoreboard is starting to dictate how these referees in the Lehigh Valley are going to call the rest of this one. Lehigh comes down, they fire it back across, it's stick aside by PHC. It's played out, kept it at the point. They fire it towards Ellie's net. She makes a big kick save, gets out into the far corner. Phantoms will collect, will step back out in front. Spittle goes down and wears that one. He plays it ahead to Roach. Roach hits Pucciarero in the center seam. He's hooked, obstructed. Whistle will go up, and they will call the hooking. They're going to call roughing. So the arm goes out to the side. Again, I don't know. Hooking, holding, whatever you want to call it, but they call it for the rough. I don't know if there was a rough. Obstruction, certainly. 4:53 left in the second period, 6-0 PHC. We'll have a lot of time and space, so trying to settle it down, move the puck. Everyone wants to be that big dog. There's a lot of firepower out on that ice right now. Roach, Pucciarero, Spittle, Carr, and Nooner. Let's see if they can bring the pain. Spittle got Roach with the forehand shot coming off the half wall. Reset their D. Spittle's ready. Stoppage of play here. Last year we played here. There was like a 12-minute delay for rules explanation. And there's a conversation happening at the bench. I think they should have had 6 more calls in the last 3 shifts on them. So as we were leading the way with the early penalties, the Phantoms started to try to regain their control of the most penalized team in the league. Don't know what the explanation is, what's needed. You can't hold in hockey. Now we're trying to get penalties on the boards, fixing the clock. Door's still open. So I don't know what this is, but again, we're going to be in an extended delay here. If I were wearing the crest today, which I haven't done in a long time, I would issue a delay game, unsportsmanlike conduct, on the bench. But maybe we'll get some in-game intel that something's going wrong in the score box. I can't tell from the corner that I'm standing in. Referees gathered at the Phantom bench. And now another Phantom will go into the box. So they may have issued a misconduct. Actually, two penalties go up. 3 minutes go up on the board, which would be a double minor. But let's go into that rules explanation. The original penalty was whistled dead for the roughing, hooking, whatever you may. There must have been a mouthing off. So there's a double minor on the original player, and they put a second one up on the board. So there must have been a misconduct called there. So 5-on-3, 3 minutes on the first one, 1:30 on the second one. If we score before that first one hits a minute 30, they'll drop it to a minute 30. And we will remain 5-on-3, or should. So a lot of time and space here. Spittle wins it back to Nunez. Nunez puts it across the car. Car's going to turn. He's going to fire, and that gets in the back of the net. Puck movement, getting pucks in the net, bodies in front of it. Good things happen. So I believe that was fired in by Carr. Might have deflected on the way in. But either way, 17-89-22 connecting for another one. And again, that's 6 seconds in on that draw, so we'll stay 5-on-3. They will now drop that first penalty down to 1:30. No one gets out. So now we're going to have another delay as the referees have to go re-explain this. I'm pretty sure the Phantoms coach is a Flyers coach. He should know how this circulates. And he doesn't challenge. They're just helping the guys, the parents in the box, do the job right. So it stays 5-on-3. They'll drop that first penalty down to 1:30. Second penalty remains at 1:24. So we get it right. It's all calm. We're playing hockey. No arguing here. But just struggling with the time and trying to erase it off the board. Hey, it's a thankless job. Any of our listeners out there that have never done it, get in the score box. Help your coaches and your managers out. Which brings me to my next in-game shout-out as we remain on the Dunlops. Dude up, 5-on-3. For another 1:24. My next shout-out goes to the most thankless job in hockey. Goes to the manager of a youth hockey team. So this one goes out. We got one of the best in the game, certainly with our scheduling. But he does all the swag work and everything else for us too. Matt Spittle, if you're listening, I know you're here live, but if you're listening back, just want to give you a big shout out, bud. Thank you for all you do. One of the best in the games, in a role that is often thankless. Big shout out. Thank you, Matt. So we can't figure out the time. We'll go back to live action. Puck is dropped. Couturier will jump and bump the lane. He's going to get this one. He's going to step in. He's got one to beat. He steps inside the dots. He drags it back in and then slides it through the wickets. That's another one off the draw. Confusing the Phantoms on what to do. Jump and bump the lane. Get back inside the dots. Slide a 5-hole. So we'll go 5-on-4 now. And the top penalty will come out at the 1:30 mark. It's not 2:51 left on the clock, from my understanding. They're just going to get it off the board. Unless they took more than 3 penalties there. I could be wrong. This is where I need that nooner, like a panger in the box. I need to hot mic him and give me some in-game scoops sometimes. We'll work on that later in the year. It's played ahead. Roach is going to get after it. The Phantoms push it back into the neutral zone where it's collected by Shane Zarbisky. He'll put it deep. Couturier is going to get in after it. Meets him at the far side of the net. It's played up the wall. Spittle read it. Chips it off the wall back out in the center seam. It's played ahead. It's kept live by Michael Winton. Then lacrosse stick, quick stick out into the neutral zone. Phantoms will collect. He'll get across the red. Roach is going to get back with his relentless back pressure. Lift the stick. Recover the puck. He'll chip it forward. He'll collect it himself. He's going to get across the red. He plays it back across for Couturier. Couturier's going to step across that line. He's got Spittle driving center. He'll pull up. He'll get it to the point. Shane will go D to D to Winton. Winton will walk. He'll turn. He'll fire along the ice. It's kicked aside by the Phantoms defender, and now they're coming the other way. Winton sticks the side out to the sideboards. It's collected by Roach, who chips it forward. He'll collect it himself. He plays the head to Couturier. Couturier's got a lane. He's down the center seam. He's going to turn. He's going to fire this one in. Over the blocker. Another power play strike. Is that 8-0 or 9-0? 9. So that should go up to 9-0. 3:43 left here in the second period. Odd man situations often lead to breakdowns and scoring opportunities, so that's why we got to stay out of the box, allow the other team to keep taking penalties, and keep tickling the twine. This one's bouncing around. It gets up into the air. Pacelli will collect. He's going to put it around the wall looking for Johnny Gerbevec, who got it all started for us today. Gerbevec will collect. He'll leave it behind the net for Pacelli. Pacelli's going to escape back to his forehand. He plays to Dannenhauer. Dannenhauer looking. He had Gerbevec set up in the shot, but he tries to stuff it. Pacelli will collect it. He'll play it off the end walls for Dannenhauer. Dannenhauer's going to get bumped off that puck, but he'll beach mode his way back into the puck position. Phantoms come out. They'll play it out to Fazio. Will collect at the point. He's going to put it back down behind the net. Dannenhauer trying to get after it. Met by a white jersey. They'll turn and come the other way, and Dannenhauer's going to go to the box for a trip. I don't think he got enough of them there. The Phantom kind of lost his footing. But Dannenhauer will go to the box, and as I just said, we got to do our best trying to stay out of man-up opportunities or man-down opportunities. So we'll come down to the right of Miss Shaw for a defensive zone draw. Gerbevec and Pacelli up front with Fazio and Maurer on the back end to kill this one off. Phantoms get their personnel out there. They're looking to get their first strike of the day. 3:09 left in the second period. 9-0 lead, PHC. Gerbevec trying to contain that one. The Phantoms will work it back down the wall to get behind the net. Met by Fazio, who puts it up the wall, but the Phantoms collect. They'll try to put it back in to the corner and look to set up shop. Or Maurer will get there. Maurer puts it up the wall. The money man collects. He tries to get past one. He plays ahead to Gerbevec. Gerbevec collects and puts it back to Pacelli. Pacelli trying to poke it past a surfing defender who gets a stick on it, and now they're moving the other way. PHC meets it in the neutral zone, throws it back in. But it's pushed back up the wall, met by Fazio at his own blue line. The Phantom's trying to step across that house. Good stick, good active stick by a couple PHC players. Fazio will collect, will reverse up, flips that ice looking for Pacelli. Pacelli chips it ahead in the neutral zone. Collected by the Phantoms and brought back in offsides. The offsides on a power play, mortal sin. It just kills the progression, allows coaches to reset, and slows the man-up opportunity down. So now we got Spittle and Sauer up front, with Fazio and Maurer still on the back end. Spittle pushes this one forward. The Phantoms will collect. They'll throw it up the boards, where they're met by Billy Maurer, and they play it back in offsides. So now we'll make a defensive change for the latter half of this man down. We got Carr and Nunez out there. This one's run back to Carr. Carr will collect. He's going to get to the red line. He fights through a check. Gets across the blue, and now he'll dump it deep. Sauer will get in on the forecheck. There's a man down. He's going to collect it. He's going to win the race to the puck. Coming 85 feet. Now he's going to hit and pin along the walls. He's outnumbered, but he's still fighting. Wins the puck again. He's bumped off the puck. Stays on his feet. Wins the puck again. Spittle meets him above it, and now he'll hit and pin against the wall. And now we'll take some clicks off this one. Phantoms will break from the wall with the puck. They'll get into the neutral zone. They'll try to enter the line and play it back across. But they step off sides again. Mortal sin number 3 on the same penalty kill. And now the penalty expires. We're back to full strength hockey. As we get older and keep growing as a hockey team, the game gets faster and smaller. It gets tighter. It's oftentimes like stick handling in a phone booth. This one's chipped ahead. Sauer will get on his horse. He'll collect at the top of the circle. Puck bounces up in the air. Spittle will get above it. He'll keep it live. Momentarily, it's kept into the blue line by Shane Z, who will ring it around the boards and looking for a Nutsuk to get in after it. Phantoms will play it forward. It's red and kept in by Witten. Witten will fire it wide off the end boards, but Sauer's going to get back after that, and Shane's going to keep on the far boards. He'll play it back behind the net. Nutsuk trying to find it. Spittle gets in there. Phantoms will play it ahead. Kept in by Shane Zarbisky. Now Spittle will step into this one. He'll try to cut it off coming around the other side. Nutsuk will step to it. They play it ahead. to find a streaking, but cut off by Michael Witten in the neutral zone. Back support there by Declan Spittle, and they leave this one out in the neutral zone. Witten gets dumped. Again, ill-advised. I think they're just whistling with dead for an offsides. Saying incidental contact. But that's ill-advised. You don't want to run into the jersey barrier. Usually you hit a jersey barrier, it leads to some heavy front-end damage. .8 clicks left in the second period. If you're just joining us, PHC hanging on to a 9-0 lead. Neutral zone faceoff. Dannenhauer tries to win this one back to Maurer. Maurer will collect, will go off the wall, play it back in the neutral zone. Looking for Pucciarello, who steps past one. Unable to collect, looking for Roche. Roche putting that forecheck on. Bounces off Roche and gets back where Fazio will collect. Fazio draws the man to him, then he'll reverse up to a forehand. Play it ahead for Roche, but it's stick to side. Fazio following the play up. He collects. He plays it ahead for Pucciarello. Pucciarello gets into the corner with it right in front of me. He's going to pull up. He gets back to the forehand. He plays it to the point. Maurer will collect. He'll turn and fire. Gets to the net. It's kicked aside. We collect it by Pucciarello, who tries to go bar down, but it's fought off by the goaltender. Pucciarello will collect. He'll try to play this one back out in front. Met by some white jerseys as the horn sounds. Some extracurricular activity. And number 8 gets the slash as Dannenhauer, beast mode, stays away from it. Doing his best to keep his cool. So we'll go into the bench. Up 9-0. We got 15 minutes left in the first set of a 2-game piece today. Let's try to calm the emotions down. We'll stay with you live to this period break. Big shout out to James Carr for videoing his first go through. Like I said, thousands of hours spent all over North America in youth hockey, but his first time videoing the live action game, and I think he did a good job. Yeah, any video problems, we can blame my partner, Eddie Williams. Just kidding. It's Tim Carr on the camera work today. And we're coming back to you for a third period of action. What we need to do here, as I said, is we got to play fast. But this is where discipline comes in. We cannot afford to go to the man up, or man down, sorry. We have to learn how to finish a game, and more importantly in the third period, because we got 4 more periods of action today, we got to move the puck, right? Keep stretching the ice, use the time and space, do not let any bad habits creep back in, but continuing to try to work the zone and get it to my favorite acronym. You guessed it, the PSA. So Dannenhauer out between Roche and Pucciarello with Nooner and Carr on the back end. Carr will step to this and stick to the side. Nooner will get it. He'll hit Dannenhauer. Dannenhauer's got his toes up. He gets across the line. He drives center seam. He turns. He fires. It's fought off. Rebound opportunities there. It's bouncing around. Swallowed up by the goalkeeper. A lot of extracurricular activity. So we're man up. I forgot to announce that. I brought to you today by Dunlop's Bar and Grill. They should be having a sale for some cold ones. During the Junior Rebels games today, Tom Dan Carr sent you. Dannenhauer to take this draw. He's got Roche coming off the sidewall with a forehand shot. Got out too far in front of him, but that's how we designed it up. Pucciarello will collect. He'll put it in the corner where Dannenhauer will get in after it. Plays off the end wall to himself. Plays it around. He's trying to play it up to the point, but it's red. Picked off by a white jersey. Dannenhauer will step up the wall. Now it's collected. But Pucciarello will fire it in wide of the net. Roche will get on the forecheck. Phantoms chip it past. Kept in at the line by Dannenhauer. Pucciarello split Roche and Carr. So Carr will keep it active on the half wall. Trying to play at the Roche. Roche collects. He comes off the half wall. Bounce around. He plays it out in front for Pucciarello. Pucciarello turns. He fires. Big butterfly stop made by the Phantoms goalkeeper. We'll have an offensive zone draw to the right of the Phantoms goalie. 13:59 left in the first game of the day. Puck is dropped, tied up, pushed back to the point by Spittle. Shane collects, he clap bombs, scooped up and held on to by the Phantoms goalkeeper. So we'll reset, we'll do it from the other side. So an offensive zone draw coming to the left of the Phantoms goalkeeper. Today we have a family affair going on, as Mary J. Blige once rapped about. But after our second game, our 2014s will be taking on the Phantoms 2014s. Here live from Steel Ice. So a full PHC family affair today up here in Lehigh. This one's played forward. Pacelli will get in on the forecheck. He's going to win the race of this puck. The puck's on edge. He collects it, steps out in front, plays it across unselfishly. Tic-tac-toe. What a move. What a move. Collects it, steps out in front, and rather than selfishly firing that on net, he found the guy with the better scoring opportunity in the PSA, plays it across the deck and Spittle, fires it in, bounced around, got in the back of the net. Tickling the twine for the 10th time today. So we're back to center ice. Spittle between Gerberbeck and Pacelli. Now on Fazio on the back end. Pacelli steps in. Tries wide. Puts it in the back of the net. So there we go. Firing it along the ice. Through the feet and the 5-hole for the Phantoms goalkeeper. 11-0. It's that simple. We get pucks to the net. We got to learn how to finish a game. And can't let some bad habits come into play here. We got to keep stretching that ice, keep firing pucks to the net, keep moving that puck. Mauer's going to step to this one. He'll get across the red line. He'll put it deep. Sauer's going to get in on it. Sauer wins the foot race to the puck. He pushes it down on the end wall where Nietzsche will collect. He'll come around. Trying to play it out in front. It's sticked aside by the Phantoms, and now they're looking to get some energy and come up ice. Mauer there contained. He picks the puck off. He plays it back ahead. It's sticked down by Dannenhauer. Collected by Anucciok, who plays it across for Sauer. Sauer playing it back across. Gets in the back of the net. So good puck movement, good zone entry. And again, Max Anucciok playing across and then driving center lane to that net. Causes some confusion in the goaltender. Sauer snipe. Tickles the twine for the 12th time today. 12:45 left in this one. Dannenhauer between Anucciok and Sauer. With Nunez and Carl on the back end. Dannenhauer wins this one back to Carl. He'll collect. And skate it forward. He'll play it ahead with a soft touch. Icing is waved off. Phantoms will collect behind their own net. They'll ring it around the wall. That's going to be read by Nunez. 50-50 puck. Keeps it live. Phantoms collect and they're looking to stretch it. They hit the guy in the center seam. So we have a breakdown. It's all alone. Fires and fought off by Ellie Shaw. Ellie Shaw standing tall. Collects himself. Makes a huge stop. Now Carl will collect this one in the corner. Plays it ahead to Sauer. Sauer will collect. He's got Brock. He plays it to Brock in the center seam. Brock's got one more. Fires it towards the net. Rebound opportunity there. Gets wide. Gets behind the net. Steps back out in front. Walks around and buries it in the back of the net. So Ellie Shaw standing on her head. Hasn't seen action in what seems like light years. Makes a big stop and it results in a goal at the other end. Big shout out to Miss Shaw. Good job, Ellie. So again, we don't want to get caught too aggressive. We want to start stretching the ice, moving the puck around, playing our game. Spittle will look to play this down the center seam. Cutrero trying to collect. It's read by the white jerseys and no move forward. We're going to get across the line, but they're met by Declan Spittle, who takes the puck carrier down. Winton pushes it forward to Cutrero. Cutrero steps past one, and now he gets ridden off the puck into the referee. But now the Phantoms are coming the other way with it. will play it ahead. Shane kicks it to himself, plays it back ahead. Thrown in, and now Spittle collects. He'll get back south of that blue line. He'll drop pass to Pucciarello, who drags past one. He turns and fires. Doesn't get it through. Phantoms collect. Play it up the half wall, but it's picked off by Rochi. Rochi pushes it to Pucciarello. Pucciarello will collect and play it back to Rochi. Read by the Phantoms. Puck battle ensues along the wall. Gets kicked back out in front. So you can go 85 feet. Witten closes on it. Incidental contact. The Jersey barrier wins the battle and keeps the puck deep. It's played around. They'll try to come out the other side. Drag it past. It's in Spittle's feet. He'll throw it back in. Phantoms will collect it. Try to throw it back out. It's kept in by Spittle once again. Pushes it forward. Puck's bouncing around. Pucciarello will collect. He'll drag. He'll fire. Save made. Gets out wide. Phantoms will collect, but this is good sustained pressure. Good forecheck. Phantoms throw this one 200 feet. Will it have enough legs? No, it's going to die. They wave the icing off, but Witten takes his primary scan. Will get around his own net. He'll get his toes up, and now he's going to attack that middle. He's going to play it ahead for Gerberbeck. Gerberbeck collects. He doesn't see the Phantom coming off the bench. Some bodies in the neutral zone. But good recovery. Pucciarello drags past one. We'll get out in the neutral zone and plays it ahead for Dannenhauer. Dannenhauer turns. He gains the line. He'll drag. Met with a stick, but he leaves it for Fazio joining the rush. Fazio throws it ahead. Bounces up over the net. Gets behind where the Phantoms will collect on the far side. They try to get past Gerberbeck, but Gerberbeck does not let it go. Chipped out, kept by Maurer. Maurer will turn. He'll fire this one to the net. Gloved and hung on to by the Phantom goalkeeper. So we'll have an offensive zone draw to the right of the Phantom goalie. Even up here, Dannenhauer between Gerberbeck and Pacelli. Maurer and Fazio on the points here. And we got Gerberbeck coming off the wall. He wins it to Fazio. Fazio will turn, he'll settle it. Plays it back into the corner. Phantoms will push it up the wall. Fazio's going to try to steal that one off and does. Pacelli's battle, and he comes off the wall with it, gets it into the corner. Now, Dannenhauer will collect, he'll play it back out. Looking to get it across into the PSA, but it's read and picked off by the Phantoms. They drive forward. They push it deep. Maurer will collect this one. He's going to reverse up. He gets knocked off the puck, but he's got plenty of support there. Phantoms will play this back to the point. We're going to play it to the net, but Fazio read it. He sticks it aside. Now he's going to join the rush. He's going to get across the red. He's going to gain that line on the blue. He's got one to beat. He's got two with him. He fires it in. Gets wide of the goaltender. Played back out in front. Pacelli collects. He'll put it back behind the net. Gerberbeck trying to find it. It's pushed up the wall where Dannenhauer will keep it in. Gerberbeck gets off the wall. Then he's dumped. We're not going to call that. He stepped right into a line of traffic. Fazio cuts it off. We'll play it ahead for Gerberbeck. Gerberbeck coming off the far wall with it now. He'll step across the PSA. Fires it in. Kicked aside. But that one will be whistled. And Johnny Gerberbeck draw penalties. I think that was Gerby, right? Moving the feet, draw penalties. That stat doesn't show up on the score sheet. You've heard me say it a couple times now in the early going of this season. But we like to see it. You got to keep grinding, moving the feet. So we got Spittle between Anichuk and Sauer with Nunez and Carr on the back end of this man up. Puck's tied up. Spittle collects. He tries to turn and put it through the net. Phantoms will push this one out. Carr's going to collect. He's going to turn. He's going to play it back across. Gets through. Spittle trying to bury it. He's bodied off the puck. Phantoms collect, and now they'll come and skate this one out of the neutral zone. 3-on-2 developing. Carr sticks it aside. Spittle collects, and Carr's going to go with him. He's got Anichuk far side. He takes a look. He plays it across for him. Carr following up. Plays it to Spittle. Or Anichuk. Anichuk turns and fires. Ends up on his belly, but he gets a shot on net. Play back out in front. Anichuk still on the breezers. Unable to collect that one, but Nunez will step in and keep it live. It'll get around the net. Sauer will collect. Spittle will now collect. We'll push up the wall. Carr's going to step in. Chip past him, but Nunez will close. He's going to reverse up the boards. He'll play it ahead. Phantoms will collect inside their own zone, looking to gain that neutral zone, but they're met by a lot of blue jerseys. They still turn and try to get it into the PHC zone. They step through. Puck is there. Carr will collect. He chips it ahead to Sauer. Sauer's going to go. He's got a step. Fumbles that puck, but Carr following it up. Bumps the puck carrier off it. He'll collect. Plays it across for Downhauer. Downhauer collects. He's got some white ice in front of him. He gets past one. He's pushed outside the dots. He fights off, back inside. He slides it back across and buried into the back of the net by Max Roach, who was in that PSA. So that'll go 89-0 to 15. We'll see if they get them all. Deep puck movement, good entry. I like what I'm seeing. Take what they give you and then play it back into that PSA. 14-0, 7-10 left in this one. Pucciarello is going to step through. He jumps and bumps through that lane. He'll collect. He gets pushed outside the dots. Fires it in on net. Stick to side by the Phantoms goalkeeper. Pucciarello will push it up the wall. Phantoms get north of it. Get it out into the neutral zone. They play it ahead. But good contained by Shane Z. He'll reverse and use some extra real estate. He'll throw the brakes on behind his own net. He'll let it set up. Now he'll play it around for Pucciarello. Pucciarello plays it back across where Roach will collect. Actually, Shane Z collects. He comes off the wall with it. Now he's going to try to join the rush. He's met by a body at the blue line. Downhauer collects, fires it in on net. Kick save made. Phantoms will collect. They'll try to work it up the middle. Picked off by and kept in by Winton. Winton plays it ahead for Downhauer. Downhauer turns and fires. Back of the net. Holstered. Brock special. No extra charge on that clap bomb. You stop into the deli. He'll make you the sandwich. The Brock special. This time, he put ketchup on it. He's a big Heinz 57 guy. Loaded that one up with some ketchup. Tickled the twine for the 15th time today. Fazio chips it off the boards. Pacelli gains the line. He's met by a white jersey with Fazio following it up. Gets it deep. And now we're looking to put the forecheck on. Phantoms collect behind their own net. They play it forward. Fazio there and contain. Able to cut that one off. He soccer kicks it across the Spittle or Pacelli, one of them, and gets it deep into the zone. Spittle's now engaged in a puck battle. He plays it back to the point where Mara will collect on his backhand. He plays it across for Fazio's backhand. Fazio collects, turns, fires, hits a body, but he stays with it. Phantoms push it forward. They got a non-man rush coming. They play it back across. Good gap closed by Billy Maurer, and Gerbevec collects in the neutral zone. He steps in, he fires. It gets high and wide. Fazio will read this one. He'll go for a little skate and try to keep it down in the corner. Phantoms collect, try to come up that wall, but they're met by Dylan Pacelli. Spittle pushes it forward. Gerbevec collects. They ring it around the wall. Now Fazio steps. He'll keep. Gets behind the Phantoms net. They'll try to come out the other side. Now we're not playing body. We got to stay under control, or we're not playing puck. Spittle steps in and gets a shot off. Stays out of the back of the net somehow. Phantoms collect. Throw it forward into the neutral zone. Fazio there and contain. He's going to collect this one calmly. Play it off the wall to Pacelli. Pacelli's going to try to stretch that ice. It's read by the Phantoms defenseman. And now they're coming the other way. Contain and stick by Billy Maurer. Out of the sideboards. Plays it ahead. Spittle collects it. What do we whistle dead for here? High stick. It's defensive zone. So, man, our third, it's defensive zone. It's the third hand pass penalty called on us, infraction. Not a penalty, but you are allowed to pass it to yourself or to a teammate in the defensive zone. You can't catch it. You can't play it forward once it gets in the neutral zone. So that one should have been good. Referee might want to go back and study that subsection of the rule. Defensive zone hand passing is allowed by the defensive team. But it must have been covered on the continuing education in USA Hockey refereeing, because that is the third one. After not seeing a hand pass, I think, all year last year, third one in 7 games. One of them hurt us last week, as Pucciarello would have had his magic stick ready on a 1-0 breakaway, and we got whistled dead for one in Massachusetts. I digress. We're back to play. Nunez gets this deep. Sauer will get in after it. Played ahead. Carr trying to surf it. Keeps it live. Venuccio cuts it off above. Carr playing the dot line. Will body the puck carrier up. right down that dot line. We'll push it ahead up the boards. And now they'll get his defensive partner, Nunez, for a hook. Has a little bit of miscommunication there. So 3:29 left in this one. We'll go man down. We'll have a defensive zone draw to the left of Ellie Shaw. Roche and Pochuero up front. With Zarbisky and Witten on the back end. One to the point. They come down to the half wall. They step off that wall. They're trying to fire it across. Ellie sees it. Loves it, hangs onto it. We'll reset and do the same thing. Thought Ellie's left. Roach wins this one forward. It's collected at the point. They go D to D. Throw it towards the net. It gets through. Ellie sees it. Makes the first save. Stick to side by Shane Z. Phantoms collect. They get it back across, and they bury it in the back of Ellie's net, as that one should have gotten out to the sideboards. We started to get caught running around, man down. That's Pucher and Roach are up front, killing that one off with Zarbisky and Witten on the back end. No worries. We'll get back after it. Shane will collect this one and play it up the wall to Pacelli. Pacelli's going to gain the line. He'll put it deep. Gervivek and Spittle trying to put the pressure on. Kept in at the blue line. They're going to give Witten. Witten was playing the puck and buried a player, causing a lot of front end damage. Or was it Gervivek? I think it was Witten. Play on the puck. I think he has a right to the puck. So the Jersey barrier gets called for one. I think it was a play on the puck. He just hit the Jersey barrier. He causes a lot of front end damage. Showing some emotion. They're going to double him up maybe. Referees are explaining something to the PHC coaches. So we got a misconduct, a double up there, one, just some emotion getting out in front of them. But we're 5-on-4. Puck is dropped. Fazio will collect it. He's met by a white jersey behind the net. It's played out in front. Pacelli puts it in the corner, out of harm's way. Well, Fazio will get to it. But the Phantoms walk up the boards and put it out to the point. Step in, go D to D. Fire it in, body to side by Declan Spittle. Go D to D, read by Pacelli. Pacelli's got some white ice in front of him. Good recovery by the Phantoms D. They play it back in offsides. So we'll come back out for a neutral zone face-off. 2:19 left in this one. PHC hanging on to a 15-1 lead. Spittle plays this one back to Fazio. Fazio pushes it ahead to Pacelli. Pacelli uses his body to work it forward, but a white jersey picks it off. Pacelli then rubs the puck carrier off into those boards. Good competitive contact. It's played into the center. Phantoms will collect. They're going to step across the line, but the blue jerseys are back. Protect that house. Maurer will hit and pin along the boards. Spittle picks it off the boards, and he comes with a burst of steam. He draws some attention and then plays the head for Pacelli. Pacelli will get in on it. Keep it deep behind the net. Phantoms collect. They try to play it forward. Fazio's there. Maurer will now close on it. He's going to take it behind the net. Throws the brakes on. We'll play it back up the boards looking for the money man. It's out to the point. Phantoms collect, but met by Dannenhauer's stick. Dannenhauer pushes it ahead. Pacelli pushes it ahead. Third effort, Pacelli gets it out to Dannenhauer, who gets it out in the neutral zone. Phantoms will collect and come off the wall. Go back to even up hockey. They play back across. They step down the lane. They turn. They fire. Ellie sees it all the way. Pacelli collects the puck. He gets it out of harm's way. Trying to use the glass to get in the neutral zone. It's kept momentarily by the Phantoms. They keep it again. Trying to get off that wall, but Pacelli's there. And Fazio's there. Pacelli plays it to Maurer in the far corner. Maurer looking to stretch it. Was looking for Fazio, but Fazio had to slow down and pick up his stick as it was removed from his hand. That won't get south of the goal line, so no icing. Phantoms goaltender covers it, and then there was some wood shop work going on there. Couple hacks. Private offensive zone draw to the left for the Phantoms goalkeeper. Now they're going to call it an icing. I don't understand. They waved it off. The goaltender covered it. My eyesight's failing as I get older, but like he did cover it, right? Played the puck, so why? Hey, we can't be greedy. A little bit of the 15-1 score. Oh no, they whistled us dead. They gave us a penalty, so my eyesight is not failing me. But they gave Joshua the flash Fazio. I thought he was the one getting chopped. Dannauer wins us the car. Car's going to come up the boards with it. He's going to hit and pin. You're not going to move that big body. Dannauer's with him. Play it out to the point. Marnuccio will collect it. Gets it out in the neutral zone. He finds a streaking Dannauer who was leaking behind the defenseman. Dannauer plays it back across to Marnuccio. Marnuccio turns. He fires off the blocker. Gets wide. Fans will collect. Carr read it. Carr's just going to pin this one along the boards here. Try to push it in the corner, get the defensive side of it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Horn sounds 15-1. That's an early statement in the first AY game. First AY game, and the Phantoms get a penalty at the end of the game. I don't know what happened behind the play there. But unlike last year, we come out of the first weekend playing with speed, playing with puck movement, and win our first AY game. Stay with us. We will be back in the 2 o'clock hour for the second game of the day up here in Lehigh Valley. Thanks for the support, and have a good Saturday.